It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Rams' creative quarterback after his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Rams and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles. The bottom line, there are not many defenses in the league that seem up to the task to slow down their ground game. But this might be one of them. And in everything that they have said and done this week, they feel confident that they're ready.
And I like how you set this whole thing up because it comes down to this to me. These first few carries, they're going to be exciting. They're going to be physical. They're going to be battles. Each side trying to establish control in this game.
SoFi Stadium. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
They start the drive here with Gainwell. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The numbers on the ground for Gainwell last week. 19 carries, 53 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Now an option play on second down. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And an Eagle first down. On first down, Hurts. He delivers another to Goedert, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On first and 10, it's Gainwell. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only the controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down. On second down, Gainwell looking for space. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Hurts. trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. No score after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Back to Gainwell here on second down. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
And an Eagle first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. They run behind center with Gainwell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box. And there's nowhere to run the football.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, a run with Gainwell. Dances by him.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. He's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Elliott is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Escaping. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On third down, they're going to run for it here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. They'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
2nd and 1. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Hurts. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up to the 20.
The ball carried by number 6. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pick.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. He'll take it a few steps in. Now a hit and a loose football. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll start with the option. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A give running right is Gainwell. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, we lasted all the way to the 4th quarter without a touchdown being on the board, but here a key one to extend the lead.
Definitely, and I really doubt, though, that that's going to open the floodgates. What do you think, partner?
No, not the way that we've seen these defenses play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They've been rock solid, but we had to know that sooner or later, Someone had to surrender a touchdown, and it happened right there.
Hurts will throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, he'll try it out there for the next one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Cooper Kupp, incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Hurts down to 1 knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Eagles, they solidify their spot in the playoffs as they run their mark to 12-4 on the year.